All right, if you remember the scenario, I had a popped gear circuit breaker and I tried to reset it and it popped again. So, well, I cranked the gear down, the little gear emergency thing, cranked it down, leave it down, come in and land. So, what do? Well, I could have recycled it in the air. Not too smart. If it hadn't come down, the FAA and the insurance companies wouldn't like that. So, we put it up on jacks. And, I started to think about it. The more I think about it, it's a little harder to get in the airplane, when it's up on jacks. But I thought about it. And you know what happens? I figured it's probably going to work just fine. It's one of two things. Either it's the motor, which many years ago was $5,000, probably more now. It's either that motor had failed, maybe it got just a bad spot in the armature. I don't know. Or it could have just been a fluke thing. I actually replaced the circuit breaker on my other 310 because it would pop without being a fault. The circuit breakers can go bad. So here we go. Yep, it retracts. Isn't that just nice? Okay, now I'm going to put the gear down. All right, well, what happens when I go to put the gear down? Well, the gear comes down. Okay. Well, the mechanics had kind of clued me into this because they come out there, they set it up on jacks, and they called me up and said, it ran just fine. They cycled it 3 times. So, of course, I come out there, and I figured, well, I might as well, put this up on a video so you guys can see what happened with the gear emergency, and sure enough, it works just fine. And I got 3 good cycles out of the whole thing. So, yeah. Okay. Well, what are you going to say? It worked fine. So basically, couldn't find anything wrong with it, and we cycled it a bunch of times. You don't want to go to the point where you're going to wear out the motor. That's no good. But, after it works just fine as can be a couple of times. Now, it doesn't have air loads on it, but air loads actually help at least the main gear extend. The nose gear goes forward, so it's got a little air load, but, I don't think it's going to be a problem. When it works here, it usually works fine. So that's the story. They're going to run it once again in the morning just to make sure, and then we'll just call it good if it works there, which I'm sure it probably will. So anyway, that's the rest of the story. Hey, thanks for watching.